that's fine.
That's so annoying, man. I left for a little bit and then fucking things like the walls are leaning and being weird.
Yeah, I hate that.
Just sitting here, it's fine.
Alright.
Hi, Natalia.
Hey Dub, what's up?
Well, I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah.
When you called me to come meet up with the Adam Prince that all I've ever known you to talk about him since your demise or your bullshit, like, what, you guys fucking squared everything away out of thin air? Like, what's that all about? I mean, it's none of my business, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, you were talking about how you were betrayed by the Voggles and by him, and then yet there you are at his house.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't call out of thin air. It's been 6 months.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't talk to the Voggles like that, do you?
Some of them.
Yeah, so see what I mean? It's still not, right? Fully there. So usually when people burn you that bad, in my world, that's it. You're dead to me. So it just really threw me to fuck off. And it really also fucked me up that you would think that that would be the way I would probably want to have a, like, okay, he had my fucking phone number. We had each other's phone numbers. So when he made that excuse, it felt like he was fucking bullshitting me. And that also then now led me down the direction of you definitely discussed something that we had talked about with him to have an immediate response for him to want to get in touch with me, right? See where I'm coming from? So it really rubbed me the wrong way because I don't know. I guess that's my fault for really taking the time to, I guess, speak my mind freely with you there, but I didn't realize that it was going to be used in any way other than just between us.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't. What happened was that Adam was wanting to talk to you anyway.
Oh, the helmet shit.
To him. We were talking about business. It came up. He said he's been meaning to talk to you for a while. He had me call you down. That's it.
Okay, but how come he was so specific in the what we had talked about the gang and business part of?
Because he's heard a lot, you know.
No, but that what everybody is saying is that SN is completely disbanded and gone to the dust, disappeared, done, over with. Not, oh, they might still want to be a business, and oh, they might not be a gang anymore. Like that has not been.
He wanted to find out what your plans are.
Yeah, but
he has plans for Rockford, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't just pop up out of thin air based on. It'd be one thing to try and figure out what's gonna go on if that group is completely gone, but that's not what he said. It was very specific to the details of like what I had said to you. So like you could kind of brush over it or beat around the bush, but I know that you said a little bit of verbatim of what I had said to you. Right. But I was saying that in the confidence of kind of, you were the very first person I spoke to about anything like this. Right, so maybe I overdid it, maybe I overdumped a little bit more than I should have to somebody that, I'll be 100% honest, I mean, you're not family. So to do that, kind of a little reckless on my part. But at the same time, like that conversation wasn't meant for anybody else to have. Like that was something I was like mano y mano for a reason. Like there was a reason why I was talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand. I understand.
So the dish rag.
He wanted to hear from you.
No.
What is going on with you and your family?
What was it?
So
Sessanta Sobe.
He cannot not get the green light per se, but.
Hold on, I gotta answer. Someone's calling.
I don't know.
Have a good one.
Ciao. Sorry, that was actually really important.
Yeah, that's fine.
listen, I didn't say anything that to you that I wouldn't have backed up. Whatever I say, I pretty much, you know, like I know that whatever I had said in terms of like where I want my family to go, like it's a process of everything. Like I want to do so much with what we have. I'm not giving this shit up. This isn't going to dissolve. But there is every day there's more and more things that are presenting themselves and information and stuff, and everything's coming up, and it's like there's no plan, there's no strategy. So everything I'm doing out here, it's gonna be freestyle from the hip, off the top. I'm not gonna be having no plans. It's really just going with what feels right and what the flow of things are, and where I have other people's, you know, interests at, because there's still a decent amount of family that are here for till the death, and that's just because something seemed available to somebody that they didn't work for but they would like, doesn't mean that the people that have worked for it that are still here just don't get rights to that all of a sudden, you know. So when he went down there spraying up the block, or they went down spraying the block, like that was, you know, in his words of saying, preventing vultures from coming down. And but the way I see it is like he also kind of vultured in on the basis of just in case they don't want to come around, or just in case they're not coming around anymore. Like well, what am I supposed to thank you for? You know, keeping my seat warm for me just in case, like. And you gave me no, like, you really had me walk into something that was like, you were just like, you just need to come down here. You trust me. Like, what the fuck? Do me the favor of at least telling me, like, what the fuck I'm about to get myself into when it comes to that kind of shit. Because I don't really need other people facilitating.
I wasn't facilitating.
A little bit. You called me to have me come down there, though.
It wasn't my idea. He had me call you because he needed to talk to you.
Have him fucking talk to me. What the fuck? Why would you take that upon yourself?
He said he didn't have your number, and if it's been so long since you've spoken on the phone, then he probably didn't remember.
It's a phone book. It's an app. You use it on your phone. You type in the fucking name, and it pops it all up for you. Like, give him my number. Why would you, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why you had to be. God, that just felt so icky to me, you know? Like, it rubbed me so wrong in so many different directions. I was like, what the? I just got done talking to you for like 2.5 hours in the fucking rain. First person I spoke to in this city about all the shit that's been going down, and next thing I got a fucking call about a fucking meeting about fucking gang turf? What the fuck is this? You understand? Like, that just, if you were to put yourself in my shoes, it felt like you didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were just like...
Of course I did.
Well, but you didn't do me any of the honors or show any of the respect that I probably would have vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Or just in like, just common decency to be like, hey, Blunt, listen, this motherfucker really wants to talk to you. I understand, yada yada, da da da. This is kind of... I
didn't know what he wanted to talk about.
You had to have had some sort of inclination. Some sort of. Because he knew more than...
No, he
knew more than he did 20 minutes prior. Because he had a conversation with you about it.
He told me he's just been trying to get a hold of you and he wasn't able to, so he had me call you down. That's it. He's been wanting to talk to you about that shit for a while, he just hasn't been able to.
But he never would have wanted to talk to me about that a month ago or whatever. It was the opportunity that arose, right? That whole, well, maybe, or if the rumors are true, well, I could do this, we can make that move. These motherfuckers moved in there 6 months ago. If they've actually even had the actual locks on the gates for that long, but for them to even... Saints developed well after SN. And then they... True. Well, in terms of where they are as a gang, yes, they did. They held out longer. They held out longer when it came to being exposed or whatever. Because we all try to do that shit, right? The Pegasus, the Saints, the SN, the fucking, I can't even say BCF because that wasn't the same. But in terms of keeping our fucking mouth shut, keeping everything under wraps, keeping everything moving behind the shadows, all that shit, like, we made it a point to really come out and get fucking notoriety. And either way, Saints weren't located there in the first place.
Yeah, they tried to take Vinewood, but then...
Right. Well, but even before that, they were further on the west side. So either way, here's my point. This is what I'm saying. They're working on their own fucking agenda. They're working on their own fucking future. They got their own fucking plans, their own goals and aspirations, all that shit. And I wish them the best and I want the best for them. Because I know how that is. I can relate to what they're going through and relate to what they have to go through to get anywhere. Because we've been doing the same fucking shit in a different light. But that also doesn't mean that we take one fucking, you know, dip on the charts and you just get to come in and fucking collect our hard work to help boost your fucking benefit. That doesn't work that fucking way. And it's almost a little bit disrespectful to even bring that shit up based on rumors and hearsay in a fucking 2-second conversation with you. You got what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like that was a poaching ass fucking moment, and it felt disrespectful. And it felt disrespectful that you were even a part of it at all. I probably would have felt a little bit better if the motherfucker would have just called me straight up himself.
It was coincidental, I'm telling you.
I get that it's coincidental, but you don't see it from where I'm sitting. You didn't see it from where I was at that time. Like, that just, it doesn't... You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me. Like, I'll take your word for it. Because you're telling me so. And that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you about it, because it was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you have to understand from my perspective, from my point of view, in my shoes, like, that just was like hard to just be like, oh yeah, this is all, you know, all in good faith. This is all like, you know, coincidental. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's felt shiesty is what it felt like. It felt shitty, honestly. And the fact that you were even talking to the motherfucker that burned you to the fullest, it's also like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what?
We were talking business.
Yeah, okay. But that's what got you fucked in the first place, was doing business with this motherfucker. So, I mean, like, you could play it off that, like, oh, yeah, it's fucking, you know, it's nothing personal. It's just business. It's just money. It's just, yeah, okay. But that's what got you fucked in the first place. Big fucked. You got fucked harder than most people get fucked in the city, flat out.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm watching my steps very closely.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it's your table. You want to gamble with your chips how you want it. I'm not gonna sit here and give you any advice in that department. But also another fucking flag for me to be like, wow, what the fuck is going on? Like, you understand? Like, that is some confusing soap opera shit right there, right? Like. So, anyways, that's not my fucking bother. It ain't my deal. But that's why I want to have a conversation with you, because there's just a little bit of gray area. I just kind of need help painting the picture, so I'm not sitting here thinking the worst. You understand?
Well, it sounds like you need to have a conversation with him and not just, you know,
well, I've already had the conversation with him, and I plan on continuing that conversation, but at the same time, the middleman shit was the part that was concerning me the most. Because the conversation is always going to be there with the Saints and SN. That'll always be a conversation. It always has been, it always will be. Especially now, even more so that we're neighbors.
Right.
But that middleman shit is where I had to fucking find some sort of resolve. They just had to make some more sense. So, anyway.
Well, it's nothing diabolical, I can assure you that.
Even if it was shitty on purpose, it still wouldn't be diabolical, but it would just also be like, I would just understand. That's all I care about. I just need to understand the full scope of things, because right now there's a lot of things being misunderstood, and there's definitely a fucking humongous fucked communication in this city when it comes to, you know, I heard a rumor, or I was told that someone had rumored or heard a rumor that I beat women.
Oh, shit.
So not only has the rumor gone out of control, it got completely out of fucking control to where I hear some shit like that, and I tell you what, Natalia, I want to lose my fucking shit.
Understandably so. That's really shitty.
I understood shitty things were being said, and I can move through life knowing that rumors are just a bunch of bullshit rumors, but when I hear shit like that, for fuck's sake, people.
Yeah, I know.
Things... That's a different level of out of hand. Anyways. So,
No, I agree.
Got a lot going on if you can't tell, and I'm trying to get it all done one by one here, but this one, this shit like this gets out of control, and, you know, my fault. I haven't been around every fucking day. Okay, you know what? Well, I'm here now. I'll be here. I'm gonna deal with this shit one by one, but at the same fucking time, this diabolical, that's I'm understanding that phrase in different ways, so. Trust me, it's not the end of the world, but it's something I had to tackle and understand.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I gotta go meet up with Nancy Drew. I gotta get some shit taken care of.